uniform to fight in America's Civil War. 20,133 from the great state of Tennessee, that I was one of them. So they paid the ultimate price to fight for our freedom. Some of my brothers lie in state now, 1909, at a place they call the Nashville Veterans Cemetery. I believe it's called Madison, Tennessee today. And you can go view their graves and see a memorial statue by one of our brothers, Mr. Bill Radcliffe, that honors them and stands on guard for their souls every day.
And the President of the United States commended you and your group for the work that you did. Is that?
Yes, sir. That is so correct. Even General Ulysses S. Grant even sent a cable to our general to say, a job well done. Did they specifically say the U.S. colored troops? No, but they said the Union Army, and we were a part of the Union Army, so that included us as well.
And so how did most of the men that you dealt that you met during your experiences there, how did they feel in reference to the war? Did they feel the same way about the war as you felt?
So we walked a common road together. We wanted to walk together to freedom. If we weren't all free, then we weren't all free. Meaning that if some of us were free and some of us were not, then we all were not free. Only some of us were free. And we were going to lay our lives on the ground until we all were free. Those men that I serve and serve with now have that same dignity and honor. Some never fought in a battle before. Some had previous experience. Were we scared? Sure, we were scared at times, but we had an almighty God watching our back.
And so it was a real spiritual kind of thing in reference to all this 300 years of slavery that you had endured. It was now coming to a sort of a spiritual thing, that it was either freedom or else. Was that the attitude that many of you took at this time?
Sir, before we went into battle, we hummed this little tune that goes like this. Oh, my Lord, 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 Lord. And then we all gave our testimony to thank the Lord for where he brought us to at that particular time. It didn't matter what happened the next day. The Lord was watching out for us, and we knew we'd be all right.
Well, how did, we've got about 3 minutes, how did you and your group feel about the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln?
Like most of the nation, we were shocked. A lot of us called him Father Abraham because he freed the slaves ultimately. Nothing like that had ever happened. And we wondered what was going to happen to us after that. Nobody else had fought for us before. Nobody else had freed us before as a group of individuals, as African Americans. So was there concern? Sure there was. But we knew if we kept our faith in God as we prayed and our fathers and mothers before us, that one day we'd be ultimately free. See, that's a chain of praying. Somebody prayed for us to put on this blue uniform to fight for our freedom. People like Crispus Attucks, the Revolutionary War. You had African Americans in the Mexican American War, and those who fought even before that, who stood on the battlefield so that we could have a place to stand today. So it was our duty to stand up.
You know, the last minute, 2 minutes that we have here, what would you say to young people today, as you probably said during your period, what would you say to young people today in terms of their commitment and their ability to be able to change things?
I would tell young people today to be proud of who they are. I would tell them to respect the elders, listen to experience, get a great education, help somebody. The only time that you should look down upon somebody is when you helping them up.
Good.
That they should stay focused, that the battle is not won. The battle is not over until Almighty God calls you home. So that's what I would tell young people today.
And of course, let me, over the last minute, thank you and others who we've had an opportunity to deal with on this show concerning this commemoration event, and to tell you how very, very proud we are to be able to talk to you and to others within the context of having been there. You've been there in terms of the war. Even though you gave us some information in reference to your profile indicating that you're a young man who attended Tennessee State University, but in a real sense, spiritually, you are there, because I can hear it in your voice, I hear it in your song, I hear it in your poem, I hear it in all of those statements that you, like all of the other reenactors, evidently have simply internalized these individuals, and we're just glad to be able to present you and others to the United States of America during this commemoration of this great event that eventually gave you freedom, gave you the citizenship that you so desired, and eventually gave you the right to vote. And let me thank you for coming by and giving us that information. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.